This, of course, is an ATM machine. People know what it's all about. It's about getting money for your daily needs. Cash machine. Stick in the card, get your money. And they're all over the world. They're in Europe, they're in Africa, they're in Asia. We see them all over the United States and Canada, everywhere you go. And it's real simple, as you know. All you need is a card. I want you to think about a card as, we've been talking about capacity. I want you to think about a card as having capacity. Some people have $100,000 worth of credit, $50,000, $10,000, $1,500. Every person has a capacity, and let's just assume this card is metaphoric of our capacity. Now think about capacity, your capacity, as not only your energy or your appetite. Think about it as time too. You have a certain amount of time to use your capacity. A lot of people use their capacity in life for things like pornography. 85% of the internet is used for pornography. They invest their time in something they shouldn't be looking at, and you're filled up with that. A lot of people use their credit cards to get money for gambling. You've seen that on television, I'm sure. Other people use their time and their capacity to read novels or invest in romance issues, such as trying to become a star or famous in Hollywood. You can use your capacity and your time for whatever you want. It's a gift from God, sovereignty. You have the freedom to choose and use that energy and that time for whatever you want. But some people figure out that time and energy should be used for spiritual matters. They get to that point where they see the vanity of this life and they start looking for something more. And that's when you can get into trouble, and that's what happened to me a long time ago. When I got to the point where my career was over and there just didn't seem any direction for me to go, I started looking into mediums and astrology and the tarot cards and all kinds of strange spirituality. But that can get you in a lot of trouble. So the problem that we have with capacity is oftentimes we need to empty ourselves of the things that we've put our time and our energy into so that we can receive true spirituality. I want to take you to meet someone that has a real good handle on this. So come on along with me. You know, you never know where you're going to find a gem. All kinds of places where spiritual people can turn up. And this is the house of a guy that happens to be very spiritual. We're going to go inside in just a minute and meet him.
Hi, I'm Jonathan. You might have read some of my blogs on Klein TV. I'm trying to cook up some spaghetti here. Mom's the favorite of the fan that Mom used to make. Hope I got the recipe right here. We'll see if I can duplicate it. Anyway, the question's been asked, what is spirituality? And I can tell you what it's not. It's definitely not following someone else's recipe. And most of us would say, well, yeah, sure, that makes a lot of sense. But to be honest with you, that's really what most people end up doing. We follow specific creeds, doctrines, rituals, recipes, and we call it faith, and really it's not faith at all. All it is just duplication and memorization, and it might have a form of godliness, but it really doesn't hold any true power. And it's unfortunate because men usually spend years and years and years of their lives trying to get these things down, and it really doesn't produce much of anything. It's really a fading glory. And what we want to see in you is not to be someone that can quote the 6 points that your pastor gave you on Sunday morning, but we want you to be people that can really connect with the voice of God. So spirituality, it's not about creeds, it's not about doctrines, it's not even the 3-point message that your pastor gives you. It's something far greater.
So spiritual reality isn't some kind of grab bag where you look at this and you look at that and this. It's not something where you look into astrology or the tarot cards or go to some hypnotist. It's not some free-for-all where you just grab for anything. Spirituality begins, though, when you understand that you've used your capacity or your faith, let's just call it faith, to charge up things inside of you that take the place of the voice of God. And when you have your card all charged up, or your capacity is all charged up, well, there's no room. You just can't hear God. You can't hear His voice, which is a sound inside of you. So the first step to true spirituality is to deal with the debts that you've acquired by charging up your card. And the way to do that is to ask God to show you the things inside of you that you have to let go of or release. And so true spirituality, and you know it can happen at any level. You could be far down the road and think that you're really spiritual, but you won't grow anymore even if you've gone far. You have to empty yourself of the things that block the voice of God. So true spirituality begins when you empty yourself of the dark things. Then you can be filled with the very life of God. That's true spirituality.